A stranger on a ship died because of mysterious disease, and now the whole world is not ready to allow that ship to dock on their harbor. The reason is Hantavirus.
Hantavirus update.
Hantavirus alert.
The virus which is creating havoc across the world and it triggering the memory of coronavirus pandemic in our minds as we watch videos and news channels. Fear-mongering is at its peak, while some of the specialists and experts are already telling you that there's nothing to worry, it won't spread.
Pandemic.
But after being burnt by the coronavirus pandemic, we really don't want to take chances. So all of us are trying to absorb as much information which is there on the internet about hantavirus so that we are well aware of how it happens and how can we prevent it. Now, while you must be researching or watching various videos, you must have seen one common factor, and that is this particular virus was discovered like 70 or 100 years ago, but till date there is no vaccine, right? And then I will tell you how to design the vaccine using AI/ML approach in this video, okay? And then I'll tell you how you can, as a student or a bioprofessional, can do this. So let us first understand why exactly there is no vaccine for hantavirus. Now, here is a fun fact about coronavirus first. Coronavirus also has existed since several years. But since the virality was not so much, or it never spread or jumped to humans at this scale, humans never bothered to develop a vaccine for coronavirus. Now that is what brings me to the single most common reason why vaccine doesn't exist, and that is economic factor. You know, unless it bothers us, we won't bother. That's the truth. So unless the threat is at our door, we won't even look at it. For example, look at global warming. We are not bothered about it because, okay, if it's hot, let's switch on the AC, right? But the day it is like life-threatening, we will solve it. That's how humans are, right? So the number one reason of not getting this vaccine done till date is because it never spread at that large scale. So we thought there's no commercial viability of creating the product because, of course, nobody's getting it, right? The second reason is, of course, the target audience is small. Very less people get it. Only people who travel to distant locations, you know, get it, or to tribal locations or places where there are a lot of rats, right? That is where we don't have that kind of audience. So why to create? Why to bother? And also, mostly hantavirus has been seen in the underdeveloped countries, not developed countries. So why would they bother? All the money sits there, right? Okay. Now, what else is the problem? The real problem also is clinical research. So, okay, even if we develop the vaccine, how would we do clinical research? Because there will be less number of patients, right? So, these are the three main reasons why we don't have a treatment, okay? So, you know, we call it, I always say this to my students and all my employees at Biotechnika also, that we won't bother to develop something because it doesn't make any commercial sense. And that is where you have to know why it doesn't make commercial sense. Three reasons I told you. Okay, fine. Now, moving forward, okay, we know that commercial sense it doesn't make, but then how do we make it happen? Like, of course, it can happen in the future, right? So that is where I always say students. Students are the number one reason why any problem gets solved in this world. You know, in fact, many countries got independence because students took the weapons in their hand and they fought for independence, right? Fought for the freedom, including India, right? So teachers and students are the number one reason of innovation in any country. So today I am here to tell you how can you solve the hantavirus problem. So before you start underestimating yourself, thinking that no, I'm a student, I'm a fresher, nobody will give me a job, how will I develop a hantavirus vaccine? Let me talk about some of the students who have created impact in the world. So let's talk about the tech world. We have Bill Gates, who was a student. We have Larry Page and Sergey Brin. He was a PhD. He was a student. Mark Zuckerberg, he was a student. right? So you'll be like, okay, but they were students in the developed countries and they were in tech, right? Wrong. If you're thinking that way, let's talk example of Charles Best. You know, he discovered insulin. He extracted insulin from dog's pancreas, right? And for that, he and his PI got the Nobel Prize. Later on, the Nobel Prize was split and it was given to him also. So in 1921, Charles Best isolated the insulin from dog's pancreas, right? And he was a student. He was just a student, medical student in University of Toronto. So you as a student can also do it. But now I'm not asking you to go in the lab and play with viruses. I'm telling you a different unique approach, and that is AI ML in Hantavirus research. How can you use AI ML in Hantavirus research? That is something you have to know. And no, nobody is coming for your rescue, to be very frank. If you're thinking that someone else will develop it, the adults are too busy developing weight loss drugs. Okay, so you as a student can actually take up this research, and all you need is a computer to run the algorithms using AI/ML, and then you approach any company, show your discovery, and they'll pay you, and you become a billionaire. So, by the way, you can become a billionaire if you take this video seriously. Okay, so number one thing what AI and ML can do. Now, we all know that AI/ML is very good with pattern recognition, right? So, CNNs and RNNs are there. We can find the pattern of high throughput epitope. So, what is the epitope? Epitope is that part of the foreign body or the virus which gets detected or identified by the MHC or the immune system. So, that is where you have to learn bioinformatics and more specifically immunoinformatics. So, what can we do here? We take the viral molecule, okay. So, we use our algorithm to identify which all epitopes or which all parts of the antigen will get detected by the immune system, and we design that part, not the virus, okay. We are not playing with the virus at all. We design that epitope inside the computer and then go ahead and see in a virtual body if it is really attaching with the MHC, if it is really having any kind of immuno reaction, right. So, that is number one. Number two, what we have seen is, so hantavirus has, it's a family of virus, and the most lethal virus is Aedes virus. So, what's happening here? These viruses are having multiple epitopes, not one, right. So, if I make one vaccine, it kills only one family of virus, not the entire family, right. So, one type of virus it will kill. So, that is where we have to design multi-epitope vaccine, right. So, we can use immunoinformatics approach to design multi-epitope vaccine, which will target not just one hantavirus strain, but all the strains of hantavirus. Now, that is the second approach. The third approach would be conservation analysis. So, AI can help us identify the epitopes or the part of the virus that are conserved, like it always remains common. You know, in maths we had like X is common and then you used to put everything in bracket, right? The same way, which one epitope is common in all the family of viruses. So, we can analyze that, okay. We can analyze the viral particles using AI/ML and find out what is common in their genome, and then we take that out and we develop a vaccine for that particular epitope. So, we don't even need a multi-epitope approach also. Now, these are the three approaches we have. Now, apart from that, I told you pattern recognition, but let's look at another aspect. Okay, I developed the vaccine, but what happens next? We have to know how much of vaccine I should give, right? Dosage optimization, right? Now, AI can be used in approaches to predict optimal dosing strategies and vaccination schedules. So, for example, how many times I should give this vaccine? Should I give 7 times in a month, or should I give only once? When it will have a immunoreaction in the body, right? And the best part is, if you are able to develop this, you are not at all going and playing with the virus. You are just doing everything inside a computer. Now, the question to be asked is, how can you do hantavirus research using AI/ML? Now, the answer to that is Biotechnika CRO. So, we are starting projects on hantavirus research from June onwards. So, if you enroll in our vaccine design and development and clubbed with AI/ML in vaccine design and development. So, we have a course on AI/ML in drug discovery, AI/ML in biology. If you learn that, link is given in the comment section. So first you can take the training, then you in June onwards you can be a part of that project. So the project is available for 3 months and 6 months duration. 12 months is already taken, but it is available online, offline only for 12 months. But for 6 and 3 months it is available online. You can take that and then you can publish papers, right? Imagine you as a student published a paper on Hantavirus research using AI/ML. The whole world will take notice. Now you did something unique which has never been done, and you used Biotechnika's CRO's platform, which we have developed along with in collaboration with Boltzmann drug discovery AI engine, and of course Jenny.ai, which is a USA based company. You get a chance to not just design the vaccine, you get a chance to publish your paper using Jenny.ai, and then of course our Biotechnika scientists will be working together, and this paves your way to getting job in top vaccine design development companies. Now tell me, where are the top vaccine design development companies? The answer is India. Bharat, our country, has the biggest and the largest, some of the biggest and largest companies in the world for vaccine design and development, and they all are doing research on immunoinformatics, multi-epitope vaccine design and development. And if you can do this inside a computer, just go there, they will hire you overnight. Without even a single interview, the founder of that company will invite you for a breakfast and they'll hire you. So the question to be asked is, are you ready? If the answer is yes, link in the comments section, join us. Let's work together and kill hantavirus. The whole world is scared, but here is our chance to do the same, which was done by Mihir. Yes, you heard me right. Mihir is an Indian who went to US. Okay, he studied bioinformatics and he went to US. The entire mRNA platform designed by Moderna, okay, he owns the patent for that, right? Which was used to design the vaccine for COVID using no viral particles, absolutely bioinformatics. Imagine the world where you are the creator of a vaccine using bioinformatics AI/ML. I believe you got to get started right now. So quickly jump in, link in the description, start with your training. June the project begins. By December we'll have the vaccine. Of course not the 100% solution, but at least we would have published some papers, and I invite you to be a part of Hantavirus research at Biotechnika CRO. All the best.